Hey everyone, I'm Minzy and welcome back to my channel. I've been gone for a little bit, mostly because I've been on a retreat. And it was a good 3 days away from my city, basically. And I learned a lot of things about myself, other people, and God, so I'm actually quite happy. But I wanted to come back and I wanted to talk about something, and it's not so serious, so, you don't have to tense up. But, basically, I wanted to talk about something that I found very interesting. Now, I found this about a year or two ago, but I had so much going on that I didn't really have time to talk about it. We'll start with the first one, which it actually became a trend, I think, around that same time, and it's called main character energy. And this is a funny little thing to me, because main character energy is basically, at least the concept for it, I guess, is supposed to be you taking charge of your life, as in you are the main character of your life, like you make your life center around you type situation. And if I think about it that way, it really doesn't sound that bad. It's kind of like the I'm the protagonist of my life type situation, but it seems different. Looking at it these days, like when I see people do the main character energy trend or whatever, it's kind of weird because it looks like it's trying to replace what the it girl used to be, as if we don't have it girls anymore. The main character energy these days happens to be like this glamorous and kind of obsessed, like they're obsessed with themselves type thing.
Wait, go ahead for 1 second. I'm gonna get a solo shot.
And it's like, I don't know about you guys, but when I think of a main character, I think about a wide spectrum of people. And I can't help but to see, like, it's not that the main character can't be glamorous and kind of obsessed with themselves, but it's kind of interesting because the main character seems to have the most freedom when it comes to character expression, So when I think of main character, I think about, in all honesty, relatability. 9 times out of 10, your main character is going to be this person that you can honestly relate to, and they might become more relatable or less relatable depending on how they react to the things in their story, but that's literally on them. Usually it starts from a pretty relatable place, and then we just see where it goes from there. The main character, to me, is the most realistic character 9 times out of 10 in the entire story. So I don't understand how, when I see this trend, I see girls doing this thing where it's like, okay, I'm gonna dress up and I'm gonna be all cute and sexy and it's gonna be all about me. And I'm not saying main characters can't be this. It's just 9 times out of 10, main characters have more to show us than this. Moving on to what they want to be, apparently, is going to be the it girl. And this is why I kind of look at the main character energy and I'm kind of just like, it's just a trend for girls who weren't good enough to be an it girl. So if you can't be it girl, you're a main character. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but it just seems like that seems to be the thing. Like, you didn't get to have your it girl moments or your it girl life, so you're trying to do it and you're kind of behind everybody else, so you're trying to like just make it happen type situation. But yeah. The thing about an it girl is that an it girl she is literally in a box. She has way more restraints on her than other characters, like especially more than the main character. The it girl, despite the fact that she is quite restrained in her personality, she does have power in her story usually. And when I say her story, it's more like the story that she is in, because it's usually not her story. If you focus on the it girl, usually they don't have a lot of screen time, especially if you look at the main character or maybe some of the supporting characters, the it girl may have maybe 5 to 10 minutes, maybe a little bit more than that. They usually don't have a lot, but it's kind of interesting because they have such a bright personality. And when I say bright, I mean like eye-catching, not really like, oh, it's positive, because we know it girls can be both good and bad depending on what type of it girl they want to make. So when it comes to the it girl thing, usually she becomes almost iconic in a way that she kind of leaps off the screen and she becomes a bigger character than what she is because of how she played her role. And if she has enough fashion, if she has enough personality and enough sass, usually 9 times out of 10 she ends up becoming an iconic it girl. And it's kind of interesting because when I also look at the it girl, anytime, like, it's usually a social setting and there's usually an it girl. Anytime you find the it girl seems to play a prominent role in how the main character goes about their life. As in, they will either somehow become a catalyst and strengthen the main character, or they will cause a downfall to the main character to make them become like them or beneath them or something along those lines. And it's just kind of interesting because, again, the it girl is not the most powerful person in the story. I would put it on the main character. But the it girl has a pull where it's like, I can kind of make you or break you type situation 9 times out of 10. And I feel like that's just something that needs to be noteworthy when it comes to the it girl. Moving on from the it girl, I can go ahead and go into the combination of the main character and the it girl, which is the straight up icon. And it's like, well, what's an icon? The icon is going to be your charming and amazing main character. Basically, it's going to be your it girl with a story. And usually 9 times out of 10, she wins. The thing about the icon is going to be that their personality, it literally makes their presence glow. Like, they're already usually very pretty or handsome, then they have a good story behind them, and then they have a good head on their shoulders, they have a good personality. All of this combines to be an actual icon. Now, a good example of this would probably be in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Marilyn Monroe's character Lorelei would versus Jane Russell's character, in which I can't even remember Jane Russell's character's name, but as you can look at these two women, they're quite beautiful. Like, I would say they're pretty equal when it comes to their beauty, but the thing about it is Jane Russell's character reeks main character. They kept her in the main character segment. Lorelei, it's funny because I feel like it literally fits her name. Lorelei over here is literally icon energy. And it's funny because oftentimes when you see clips of Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, isn't it funny that 9 times out of 10 you don't see Jane Russell by herself? It's usually going to be with Marilyn Monroe's character Lorelei. You don't really see them apart, and usually 9 times out of 10 the focus is going to be on Lorelei, despite the fact that, again, both of these women are actually quite attractive. So it's not like you're dealing with one that's prettier than the other. It's literally just, this is icon level, this is main character level.
How do you put it around your neck? You don't, Lovey. It goes on your head. You must think I was born yesterday.
Well, sometimes there's just no other possible explanation.
No, my dear, she's quite right. Like so. It's a tiara. You do wear it on your head. I just love finding new places to wear diamonds.
And I think the thing about an icon is going to be, you can go 50 years, 50, 100 years, probably just way into the future, and you will still see people trying to replicate these characters. That's how you know that you have an icon, or that you have reached icon status. Even when the characters themselves have, not the characters, the actresses of the characters themselves have passed away, same with the actors. You know, because I feel like when you have like icons, they are both boy and girl. Just like all these categories, you have both boys and girls for that. But when it comes to this, when you see the icons, they seem to inspire people to want to be them, and they inspire people to want to be more and to do more with themselves. While the other sides can do that to some extent, it's just something about the icon. It permeates a lot more when you're on icon level than the other two categories that I just listed. But I'll go ahead and see you guys later. Thank you. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have a nice day. Bye.